Shattered reflections. A gritty, dimly lit urban police precinct filled with shadowy corners, flickering fluorescent lights, and a constant air of tension. The story unfolds over the course of a single night. The awakening visuals. The film opens with disjointed, fragmented images, flashes of a woman's face, dark alleyways, the clinking of handcuffs, and the cold, sterile environment of a police interrogation room. Sound, a rhythmic, pounding heartbeat and the faint echo of distant voices. Plot, the woman protagonist, who we later know as Evelyn, awakens in the interrogation room of the precinct. She has no memory of who she is, how she got there, or why she's being detained. Her hands are cuffed to the metal table, and her head pounds with pain. Initial confusion. Two detectives, Detective Vargas and Detective Miller, enter the room. They start questioning Evelyn, but she is disoriented and confused, unable to answer their questions. Her frustration grows as they become increasingly suspicious of her. Character development. Evelyn's vulnerability is evident, but so is her inner strength. She refuses to crumble under the pressure, determined to understand what's happening. Glimpses of the past. As the questioning intensifies, Evelyn begins to experience sudden flashbacks, brief, disjointed memories of a life she can't fully recall. These include a shadowy figure following her, the sensation of running through dark streets, and a flash of a blood-stained object. Suspense. The detective's suspicion grows as Evelyn's story becomes more tangled. They reveal that she was found unconscious in a crime scene. A murder had taken place, and she was the only one there. The unraveling. The sinister Evelyn is left alone in the room. As she waits, she hears faint, cryptic whispers from outside the room, the sounds of hurried footsteps and snippets of a tense conversation. She begins to piece together that something far more sinister is at play. Tension. Her instincts tell her she's in grave danger, not just from the detectives, but from something lurking within the precinct itself. An unlikely ally. A young rookie cop, Officer Daniels, who seems nervous and out of place, secretly slips a note to Evelyn. The note warns her not to trust anyone and tells her to find a way to escape. Evelyn is unsure whether to trust him, but realizes she may have no choice. Character development. Evelyn's resourcefulness comes to the forefront as she starts to manipulate her environment, searching for any means of escape or information. The cat and mouse game. Evelyn's flashbacks become more frequent and vivid. She remembers more details about the murder scene, recognizing the victim as someone she knew. A reporter named Laura Trent, who was investigating corruption within the police department. Tension. Evelyn realizes she was part of the investigation, but she's still missing crucial details. The detectives, sensing her regaining memory, become more aggressive in their questioning. The precinct itself seems to shift around her, a claustrophobic maze filled with dangers at every turn. The corruption unveiled. Evelyn finally recalls a meeting with Laura Trent, where they discussed a corrupt syndicate involving high-ranking police officials and criminal elements within the city. The murder was an attempt to silence Laura, and now Evelyn is the next target. Action. As she pieces this together, Evelyn decides she must escape and expose the corruption before it's too late. She uses her surroundings to her advantage, evading capture within the precinct while seeking a way out. The fight for survival. The confrontation. Evelyn confronts Officer Daniels, demanding the truth. Daniels reveals he is the son of one of the corrupt officials, but wants to bring down the syndicate out of guilt. He agrees to help her escape, but warns that they are being watched. Suspense. Their escape attempt turns into a tense cat-and-mouse game with the corrupt officers within the precinct. They must navigate through locked doors, surveillance cameras, and dangerous traps. The final reveal. As they near an exit, Evelyn suddenly remembers the full details of the night Laura was killed. She realizes she had been framed as the murderer, and the person behind it all is Detective Vargas, who is leading the syndicate. Action. Vargas confronts Evelyn and Daniels. A brutal showdown ensues, with Evelyn using her wits and survival instincts to turn the tables on Vargas. The escape, Evelyn and Daniels manage to overpower Vargas and escape the precinct, but not before Vargas reveals that the corruption runs deeper than they imagined, suggesting that no one is truly safe. Climax. As they exit the precinct, Evelyn makes a vow to take down the entire syndicate, knowing that this night was just the beginning of a much larger battle.